What's good, YouTube? It's Aquarius Leviathan Prophecy, and um, this gonna be probably like a short video. I was watching Undisputed not too long ago, and they was actually talking about who's the greatest receiver of all time. And obviously, it came down to Jerry Rice and Randy Moss. Shout out to Randy Moss, my twin birthday, February 13th. But anyways, to me, if I had to pick between Randy Moss and Jerry Rice, I'm going with Jerry. I'm going with Randy Moss because there's some things you can teach and there's something you can't teach, and you can't teach you couldn't teach the things that Randy Moss was blessed with. The height advantage, the long radius of his hands. Like the pinpoint, the way he tracked the ball down, the way he, blue pied people, you know what I'm saying? Like every time you play Madden, I remember, back in my middle school days, me and my friends would, we would go over each other's houses and stuff and play Madden. And every single time they would be looking for who? Number 84, Randy Moss. Why? Because when they what they saw on TV is what they thought they could have done done in the video game, which is just send Moss deep and then just bomb it to him and he'll catch it 9 times out of 10. You know what I'm saying? Doesn't really matter if it was single coverage or double coverage. Like I remember I used to do the same thing when I had Madden '09, which I don't really have it no more, but 9 times out of 10, he would catch that bitch. Excuse my language, but he would catch that ball, and I was like saying, like, how? Like, I would throw it to the deepest pocket. Like, I would throw it to where the defender couldn't really, catch it. And for some ridiculous reason, he would catch that junk. I was like saying, wow. But Jerry Rice is great in his own, but I'll admit it, I didn't really watch Jerry Rice in his prime when he was with the 49ers. But I did see parts of him when he was with the Raiders. But to me, he didn't really flash. You know, he didn't really flash to me like Randy Moss did. Like yeah, he had good hands. He could run any route tree in that route, in that formation, because there's only like a hitch, a go, a comeback, a curl, a flat. You know what I'm saying? Like there's only like, probably like six route combinations in that one, route. So, like they line them up in a slot, they line them out outside, but to me, like I said again, the only knock on Randy Moss was he never won a championship. Obviously he had a chance to in '07, but obviously my, New York Giants stopped him. And then he had another shot. He had another shot when he was with the 49ers. Obviously, Kaepernick was throwing him the ball and stuff. So, but we all know that the NFL was not going to give Kaepernick a Super Bowl. You know what I'm saying? So he could have. I mean, obviously he can appear in one, but they was not going to, give him a Super Bowl. But other than that, man, I mean, listen, man, like Randy Moss to me, even without a championship or not, he's always gonna be my favorite receiver. I grew up watching him. Like he was just unstoppable, man. Like the way he ran his routes, it looked like half of the time he was not even trying. He was just trying to get open. You know what I'm saying? That he had good hands. Some people might say it was Jerry Rice. Some people might say it's Des Bryant. Some might say it's Julio Jones. Some might say, it's Odell Beckham Jr. his rookie year. Despite that, he missed like 4 games, and that's when they was trying to compare him to Moss. We all know who was the Moss. Like they could only be one Randy Moss. Odell Beckham Jr. was great, but he only had one good season, one good year, and that was his rookie year. Even though he missed 4 games. But like I said, I only watched Jerry Rice at the end of his career when he was with the Raiders, and I did go back and look at his highlights. But to me, like he didn't really flash in my eyes. You know what I'm saying? He didn't really wow me like, wow, this guy is like he was a poor man version of Steve Smith. Not the Carolina Steve Smith, but the New York Giants Steve Smith. Steve Smith, like great hands, know how to like he knew where the holes was in the defense. You know what I'm saying? Like he was that type of receiver. He was a possession receiver. He didn't wow you with his speed. He didn't wow you with his catching abilities. What he was a technician. You know what I'm saying? Like he had great hands, and then he could. The only two things he had was he didn't have breakaway speed. The only thing that he had was great hands, and he can work any route tree. You know what I'm saying? In that combination, in that route combination. So to me, like I said again, Randy Moss is gonna be number one. I'll probably put Jerry Rice number two, and then that's it. If y'all want to chime in, y'all can say who's your favorite receiver, Randy Moss or Jerry Rice. All right, so leave a comment. Hit that like button, smash on that notification bell. Until next time, take care of yourself and each other.